More importantly, when a marginalized group tells you that a word or practice harms them, you can just go ahead and believe them.
And when did fat people become a marginalized group? So in the last video I uploaded, I reacted to Hannah Fulendorf, whose last name I still hope I'm not butchering. She's a very outspoken fat liberation and health justice activist on TikTok. And when I recorded that video, I actually reacted to more than 2 of her TikTok videos, which made the entire recording span well into 20 minutes. But I didn't just want to dump the whole 20 minutes on you guys like that. The depths of the abyss occupied by fat activists is not something you want to dwell on for more than 10 minutes. Trust me. Which is why I split the video into 2 parts. And this is the second part. You can watch the first part by clicking on the link up here or in the description. And this is why you need to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And also ring that notification bell so you don't miss my next video when I post them. And while you are at it, please give this video a thumbs up. And now that you have done all that, I believe you have, and I'm hoping that you have. Now that you've done all that, join me as I react to Hannah Talks Body Part 2.
There is a saying I see a lot in toxic fitness spaces, which is, you'll never regret a workout. Just do it. You'll never regret it. And I don't know about anyone else, but there are definitely a lot of workouts from my past that I regret. I regret every workout I ever did where I forced myself to do it, even though my mind or my body or both were telling me that what I actually needed was rest. I regret the times when I worked out to the point of pain, tears, injury, or to the point of feeling superior to other people. I regret the times when my workouts were motivated by self-hatred, insecurity, comparison, people-pleasing, or self-punishment. And by the way, all of these scenarios were normal for me, as they are for many people. So if the way that you're moving your body isn't bringing you joy, you can either change the way you're moving your body, or you can just take a break from exercise for a while. Both of those are better options than living a miserable life.
Wow. Wow. The path to failure has never been this clear. I mean, that's what you get when you listen to people who have failed themselves and they are proud of the fact that they failed themselves. These are quitters. And they are trying to normalize quitting. I mean, if you adopt this attitude towards anything in life, you'll be an absolute failure. I mean, imagine stopping because what you are doing is not bringing you joy. I mean, even if what you are doing is something you love, there will always be times that it won't bring you joy. And that period can last for like months. Especially when the result isn't coming as fast as you want. So what will you do? Quit? If you want to know why, Hannah is a plus-size talking head on TikTok, here is the reason. She's a quitter who regrets even starting in the first place. But she still has time. The health problems are yet to kick in. And I don't wish the worst on her health-wise. That's not my wish for her. I hope she changes her ways. Because at 50, it won't be lovely. By that time, she has not even started having surgeries. She has not, though. I know she has done a few. But more are yet to come if she continues down this path. In how our workout space is toxic. Because they challenge you and often make you feel like you need to start going harder. Well, that's exactly what they're supposed to do. That's how you become better in life, by surrounding yourself with people who challenge you and inspire you to do better and work harder. But this lady is building a community of quitters who tell themselves that it is okay to be a failure, despite the guilt, shame, and health complications that comes with it. They want to earn something without working for it. They want to feel good about themselves without achieving anything that should make them feel good about themselves. They want unearned morality. They always talk about doing the work, but all they do is nothing and call people who do something fatphobic. I mean, that's what we have today. That's exactly what we have today. People who settle for anything, complain about everything, and do absolutely nothing.
I can always identify someone who doesn't have a great grasp on history if they see medicalization as a stamp of inherent virtue. This comes up a lot when I talk about how the word obese is a slur. At least one person will always pop their head out of the ground to say, obese is a medical term, as if that somehow makes it better. You know what else used to be a medical term? Like a lot of bad shit we don't say anymore, because we realized it was stigmatizing as fuck and it actively harmed people. You can Google them, I'm not going to say them here. Science and language are both constantly evolving and updating. The medical establishment is not exempt from this. If anything, it's actually a particularly strong example of how this happens. We don't need to look too far back into history at all to see how medical terminology and practices change. For example, homosexuality is no longer diagnosed as a mental illness. Female hysteria is not something that's diagnosed anymore. Cocaine and heroin are no longer prescribed as anesthetics or cough suppressants. Lysol cleaning spray is no longer used as a douche. We don't perform ice pick lobotomies anymore. And doctors no longer advocate for the health benefits of smoking cigarettes. Oops. More importantly, when a marginalized group tells you that a word or practice harms them, you can just go ahead and believe them.
Oh God. Oh God. So I guess the job is not complete until you pick a fight with the rest of society over the dumbest thing possible. That is, at that point, you are doing the work. I mean, the work hasn't started until you start policing speech. She said medicalization as a stamp of inherent virtue. I mean, what the hell does that even mean? That people think a word is good because it is a medical term. Who ascribes virtue to a word? Except people who virtue signal. But who exactly ascribe virtue to a word? I mean, this lady is clearly an expert in creating a straw man. What people are saying is that the word obese is not a slur. It is still acceptable medical terminology and no one has ever used it as an insult. No one. And she's also an expert in force equivalence. What do medical health practices, prescription and lobotomy have to do with a medical term? And the medical term she couldn't mention didn't become slurs until people used them as slurs. That's how it happens. You know, the medical profession comes up with the terminology like insane, stupid. No, I don't think stupid. Like insane, retarded, idiots, and it's used to describe a medical condition, and then the public start using it as an insult, and then it becomes a slur. But as I said earlier, absolutely no one is using the term obese as an insult. You feel somehow about a word, then it automatically becomes a slur. But that's not how it works. So that's not how it works. If you don't like a word, that you don't like a word doesn't automatically make it a slur. And that's the point everyone is trying to make. And when did fat people become a marginalized group? When? I mean, in Nigeria, being fat is a sign of affluence. I mean, it clearly indicates that you have enough money to stuff your refrigerator and your face. How does that translate to being marginalized? Next thing, you start comparing yourself to Holocaust victims. But Jesus Christ, if the word obese bothers you so much, it's because it accurately describes you. So how about losing weight? You do something about it. You lose weight. But you are willing to change everything except the cause of your problem. You attack every other thing that makes you, that you believe is what is making you feel sad, except the very thing, the very root of your problem. You will ignore it. Society needs to change. The health profession, the medical sector needs to change. Everything needs to change. Planes need to be rearranged. You know, Disney rights need to accommodate you. The whole world needs to accommodate you, but you will not for once say, how about I change? Do something about my weight. Never. I guess that also makes you an expert in chasing shadows. You know, you won't run on a treadmill. You won't go for a morning run. You won't work out. No, that's not for you. But you are committed to chasing shadows. Well done. God help you. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell. Also, I want to know what you think about Hada Filendorf. I hope I've not butchered her name again. What do you think about her takes? Let me know in the comments, and until the next video, peace.